to you, my fellow Gooners, and welcome to Arsenal TV. Now, this is my first preview back for a very, very long time, and I am previewing the Arsenal versus Wolves game, which is going to be on Saturday at Molineux Ground, and the kickoff time is at 19:45, a 7:45 kickoff, and this game will be broadcasted on Sky Sports. Guys, what a season Arsenal are having right now. We have been absolutely flying in terms of the Premier League wise. We've only lost one game and we drew one game in the league. But the majority of the games that we've played in the league are all wins. And this is exactly what Arsenal want this year. Now, as we know, Arsenal played on Thursday night against Brighton Hove Albion at home in the Carabao Cup first round. And to be quite honest with you, I was worried about the team selection when I first saw it, because why Mikel Arteta went with such a weak side. It was a 3-1 defeat, and yeah, I mean, the first half we didn't do too badly in the opening, 15 minutes or so. But Reece Nelson, he was definitely my standout player for that game against Brighton at home. The way he was driving through the midfield was just unreal into that final third. He was absolutely on fire. Eddie Nketiah, what a great goal that he scored for us in that first half. But it was very Thierry Henry-esque, the way he's placed it into the net. But apart from that, you know, it wasn't really an overall good performance from Arsenal at all. But I think for Arsenal coming out of the EFL Cup for the first round, I think really it was actually a blessing in disguise for Mikel Arteta. Because I think really Mikel Arteta, by going by the team selection that he picked for that game, I think Mikel Arteta has definitely got bigger fish to fry this season. He's more focused about winning the Premier League this year and winning the Europa League as well. The last time out in the Prem, Arsenal played against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge and we got a very deserved 1-0 win. We literally dominated Chelsea from start to finish. I don't really know when Chelsea actually was a threat to us, really. It was mainly all us during that whole entire game from minute 1 to 90. The only bit, as I said in my live video, if you go back and watch it, the only thing I was a bit concerned about was in terms of the final third. We was doing everything correctly right from defence, playing the ball out from the back and getting it to the midfield, driving forward. But as soon as we hit that final third, you know, there was a few mislaid passes. You know, passes just wasn't going astray. There was no passes that was connecting to the other players. Those are the little things that really did not go right for us at that Chelsea game. But apart from that, it was a very, very deserved 1-0 win. And it put us even more points clear of Man City that are literally breathing down our necks at the moment. And so for us to win against Chelsea at the weekend has also now put us 2 points in front of Man City. So I think Arsenal being top of the league in terms of by Christmas, I don't think it's going to carry that much weight on our shoulders because of the World Cup break as well. I think it's going to have a psychological benefit to Arsenal as well. You know, because we haven't really won a league where there's been a World Cup break and we've been top of the league. We haven't really gone on to win the league, and I'm going back probably 1948 when Arsenal actually done that, was when we actually won the league while there was a World Cup break. So in Arsenal games, Arsenal in the Premier League, Arsenal has won 5 out of a possible 6. In their last outings in terms of the Premier League. And, you know, it's not really a bad record. You know, as I said at the start of the video, Arsenal has only conceded 4 goals on the road. We've only conceded 4 goals. And that is the best defensive record that we've actually got at the moment. So Arsenal definitely need to keep it up. It proves that we have improved under Mikel Arteta. We needed to give Mikel Arteta time. 3 years is what he's got at the moment, so he's doing very, very well at the moment. I was worried when he first got appointed because obviously he never had no managerial experiences as in first team football. But I think for him being at Man City with Pep Guardiola, he's learnt from him, and now he's brought it to the table, and now he's implementing exactly what he wants out of the team. Now, in terms, there is 2 players in particular that that are on really thin tightrope for this game, and that is Gabriel Jesus and William Saliba. Now, as we know, they've both picked up 4 yellow cards so far. So if Jesus and William Saliba picks up another yellow card during this game against Wolves tomorrow, they will miss the fixture against West Ham on Boxing Day. And we don't really want that, because we don't really want to lose any more players, especially on the form that we are in right now. We don't really want to do that. So guys, with that said, I'm going to get into my predicted lineup. Now, this is the lineup that I would go with, and you know, there's 2 changes in here that I would possibly go with. And I will explain the reason why I have made these changes as well. So starting off in goal, I'm going to go with Aaron Ramsdale. Now for me, Ramsdale has been absolutely brilliant for us. He's made some really good clinical saves. He's kept so many clean sheets at the moment as well. And yeah, he's really doing the business, and he should be England's #1 goalkeeper for the World Cup. 110%. There's literally no doubt about that. So yeah, in goal for me is going to be Aaron Ramsdale. Now we're going to go to the back 4. At right back, I'm going to go with Ben White. Do you know what? Ben White is actually doing the job brilliantly there. I know he's not a predominant right back, but he's really doing the business there. And, you know, I've got no doubt in my mind that he will do a very good job in this game as well. So I'm going to go with Ben White. Alongside him, at the 2 centre-backs, I'm going to go for William Saliba. Mate, he's probably been our best defender all season. And while he was out on loan, I've been crying out for William Saliba to be starting, because I know just how much of a good player William Saliba is. He's absolutely fantastic. And he's only, what, 20, 21? He's absolutely fantastic. And he's probably the best defender in the league right now. So, yeah, I'm going to go with William Saliba. Alongside him, I'm going to go with Gabriel. Gabriel has played well. He's done brilliantly in certain games. He has a few mistakes in him, like normal. Picking up yellow cards when didn't really necessarily need to pick up a yellow card. But his play in terms of coming out, bringing the ball out from the back line and pinging the ball forward is just brilliant. He's doing absolutely fantastic. So I've got no problem with that. So I'm going to go with Gabriel. Playing at left back. Now, this is the key change. Now, I've only gone with this because I don't know about, you know, his injury or anything like that at the moment. But if he's fit at left back, I'm going to go with Kieran Tierney. I think Kieran Tierney has played well when he has come on. And I would rather have a proper left back in that position. For me, Kieran Tierney will still be, you know, one of the best left backs that we've got in terms of our squad. And yeah, I'm going to go with Kieran Tierney. Now we're going to move to the midfield. Starting off, I'm going to go with Thomas Partey. Mate, Thomas Partey is absolutely doing the business right now in that midfield. His interceptions, he's getting the ball forward for the transition, is absolutely fantastic. He scored a couple of goals as well. Scored a goal against Tottenham. Scored a goal, I believe, against Man United as well. So, yeah, he's doing absolutely fantastic. And he's got a brilliant partnership with Granit Xhaka as well. So, yeah, I mean, he's doing absolutely brilliant. Playing alongside him, as I said, I'm going to go with Granit Xhaka. Mate, what a turnaround this guy has had this season. He's probably been one of our best midfielders, if I'm completely honest with you. Now, he's had, you know, he's had a lot of stick over the years because of recent, you know, stuff that he's done. Picking up yellow cards, throwing his armband on the floor at the Crystal Palace game, walking down the tunnel in a hole, you know, throwing his toys out the bag. And to be honest, a lot of the Arsenal fans, we were on his case. But mate, what a turnaround he's had. He's had some goals. He's been scoring with his right foot. He's not even right-footed, but he's been scoring with his right foot. And he's showing the really true leadership. He's doing exactly what Mikel Arteta is asking him to do. And he's leading by example as well. So, you know, what a turnaround he's had. He's been absolutely brilliant. So I'm going to go with Granit Xhaka. Now we're going to go to the front three. First and foremost, I'm going to go on the right side. I'm going to go with Bukayo Saka. Again, another fantastic player that's been one of our best forwards this year. He's been absolutely brilliant, scoring goals, tracking back. He really is helping the team out a lot. And to be honest, I think he's been getting fouled quite a lot recently in recent games. And I think that's because other teams see him as a threat. And mate, is he a threat? He is a threat, 100%. He's been absolutely fantastic for us. And I'm so happy that he's been called up to go to England as well for the World Cup. So, yeah, I've got no problems with Bukayo Saka at all. So I'm going to go with him. On the left wing, I'm going to go with Gabriel Martinelli. Mate, what a player he has been as well. He's been absolutely brilliant. I think, to be fair, he done quite well when he got brought on against Brighton. Played well against Chelsea as well. But especially against Brighton, because I felt against Brighton, as soon as Arsenal brought on Jesus and brought on Gabriel Martinelli, you know, they were scared. They felt that Arsenal were a threat. But during that Brighton game, that just wasn't enough. Whereas if you go to the Chelsea game, mate, the dominance that Arsenal produced it, especially with Jesus, especially with Saka, especially with Martinelli, the front four even, with Martin Odegaard as well. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. I've got no problem with Gabriel Martinelli as well. He's been called up as well to go to the Brazil side as well. So, brilliant. Now, playing in the middle of the three. Now, this is where a lot of you guys are going to actually debate about this. But you will understand my reasoning why I've gone with this. So, playing in that number 10 role in the middle, I have gone with Shevchenko. Now, the reason why I've gone with Shevchenko is because, one, for his national team, he actually plays in that position. And his interceptions, his deliveries, he can create chances. He is exactly what Arsenal need in that midfield. Like right in the middle, playing in that number 10 role. That's who I would go with, Shevchenko. You know, the display that he can put on is unreal when he plays in that position. Go and watch his games when he plays for the national side, when he's in that position, and you'll see the reason why. And the other reason why I've gone for Shevchenko instead of Martin Odegaard is because personally, I would leave Martin Odegaard on the bench. Because we've been saying a long time ago that when Martin Odegaard has been on the field, we've been saying, oh, we've got no one to come on to create any more chances. We've got no one to help us get a goal. Well, there's your option. If you put Shevchenko in that middle and have Kieran Tierney at left back, if fit, may I ask, if fit, then why don't we play Shevchenko in that position and just bring on Martin Odegaard when we need to during the second half or whenever it's necessary. You know, if Mikel Arteta wants to bring on Martin Odegaard, that's easy. So you bring on Martin Odegaard for Kieran Tierney and then you move Shevchenko at left back. You know, there is a lot of ways that we can use this player. With Shevchenko, he's a very flexible player. He could play anywhere within the midfield. He could play defensive midfield. He could play he could play in cam, and he could play at left back. He could play left wing as well if we really wanted to go that ambitious. So yeah, I would go with Shevchenko. Playing up front, lead on the line, I'm going to go with Gabriel Jesus. Mate, one of our best signings that we've had for a very, very long time, shall I say. You know, he's got everything that Arsenal's been crying out for, especially when we had the likes of Aubameyang and Lacazette. You know, when we had Aubameyang and Lacazette, we was crying for that winning mentality and that player that's a little bit more clinical and that can really run in behind the defence to open up the channels. And mate, Jesus is exactly that. I can understand why Mikel Arteta went for Jesus and got rid of Aubameyang, got rid of Lacazette, because now we've got Jesus in. He's bringing that winning mentality into Arsenal, and that's exactly what we need. And look where we are now. It proves it. You know, Mikel Arteta has even, you know, coached alongside Jesus, so he knows exactly what he was about before coming into Arsenal. He knew exactly what type of striker he wanted, and they went out and got him. So I'm going to go with Gabriel Jesus. So guys, there you have it. That has been my preview. That has been my predicted lineup for this game on Saturday. And mate, I tell you what, if Arsenal win this game, I'll be so happy, because it's the last game going into the World Cup break until Christmas. So for us to be sitting at the top of the league by Christmas will be a blessing. And let's hope in January Arsenal can actually sort out what they need to do. I will actually go with a Arsenal 2-0 win. Hey guys, if you are new to this channel and you are new around here, please make sure you are smashing that subscribe button. Make sure you're hitting the thumbs up button on this video and leave your comments below. Let me know in the comment section below what you reckon. Will you reckon Arteta's going to go with a stronger lineup? Or, you know, do you agree with what I've gone with? I would definitely like to know your feedback as well. Guys, until my next video, I will see you lot soon. I am out of here.